bad. I was born to bring trouble wherever I'm at. Heard a number 13 tattooed on my neck. That ink starts to itch, black gon' turn to red. I was born in the soul of misery, and I never had me a name. They just gave me a number when I was young. Got a long heartache, carry it well. Crystal lives are broken, reach from here to there. Been a bad wind blowing on my back. Pray you don't look at me, now pray I don't look back. I was born in the soul of misery, and I never had me a name. They just gave me a number when I was young. Found a good preach man, confessing all I've done. Catch me with the devil, which one you want? In a bad luck wind, been blowing on my back. I was born to bring trouble wherever I'm at. I was born in the soul of misery, and I never had me a name. They just gave me a number when I was young. I was born in the soul of misery, and I never had me a name. They just gave me a number when I was young. When I was young. When I was young. When I was young.
Arwin. And before I start this show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me. Damn it! Through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go, links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. You can always use it, especially now. The next few days, I really need it. Anybody can help me out, that would be great. Alright, anyway. I don't know what the hell is up with this phlegmy throat that I keep getting. It wasn't happening like the weeks before that, but now it's just happening every time. Ugh. Irritating. Anyway, weather today is, yeah, autumn, big gray soup. It's just total gray soup everywhere. It's all the same, and it feels like it's staying like this. It's kind of depressing weather, really. Bit of a steady wind. It's not great. It definitely does not feel like summer anymore, although there should be a couple of nice warm days ahead. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'd rather have some like autumn sun. It's way more inspiring, let's just say it like that. Right. It's very curious to see like how my rosemary plant is gonna pull through the winter, if it's gonna actually survive that. I have to be careful though, if it goes freezing, to make sure that I take it inside so that it doesn't die, because rosemary plants do not handle freezing very well. Right. It's kind of a warm climate plant, like that. Hello, hello. It is Thursday, the 18th of September 2025. Looks like my M key is working again. Why does it do that? Right, temperature is 19 degrees Celsius. Huh, that's warmer than I thought. It does not feel like 19 degrees Celsius. It really doesn't. It feels more like 16 or 15. 83% humidity, 21 kilometers an hour wind, 0% precipitation. I have my doubts about that. But I don't know, maybe. And yeah, predicted to get a little warmer tomorrow. And then by Sunday it goes back down. I don't know, we'll see. It's definitely not a warm after summer kind of September. That's for sure. I really like it, but not this year. Hey ho, keep me in your fear. First in the Rumble chat, good to see you. Right. Hope everybody's doing okay. 18 degrees in Chicago, okay. Huh. It's kind of the same. But I don't know, is the humidity high? Because that does contribute to the experience of it being colder. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel got fired, I heard, yeah. Hello, Ken Dos Carlos. Yeah, I noticed. Disney Plus fired him. I just noticed that in an article that I flicked through. Kimmel got cancelled. Yeah, I mean, it could be that they were just looking for an excuse to get rid of him, though. It's not like he was super popular or anything. And I think a lot of, like, the left, its popularity is waning overall. It was, like, kind of disintegrating, and now with the Charlie Kirk assassination situation, it's suddenly like breaking up. That's the feeling I got. So yeah, I mean it's a time of transformation. And so who knows? Maybe the media is actually gonna flip over, kind of towards the other side again, which doesn't necessarily have to be a good thing. Everything got like more fanatical right wing, and then they would probably attempt to push it to be more autocratic in that sense. It's like the media is always trying to like do that. It's just basically destabilizing culture. This is what I'm noticing, is that mainstream media culture is there to destabilize. It really is. And it has been doing that for a long time now. Right? But it could be that they're just gonna flip around from apparently Marxist left to more extremist right, and that they'll take it further, right? They always have to excel, that they'll take it further than the regular people that have been trying to stop the Marxist influence, counter that. And they'll take it further again, because the media is always trying to pull people towards extremism for some reason, while claiming that they're fighting against it. It's all very Marxist, right? And with real Marxism, problem is that Marxism doesn't really care what side of a political spectrum you are on. It's like a shapeshifter. It'll take whatever form it sees fit. Free speech not so free, I guess? No. Loaded Donald. No, it's a corporation. But I mean, it was kind of weird though, because what Jimmy Kimmel said compared to a lot of other people wasn't even that extreme. He just basically made a false accusation, said that the guy was a right-winger or whatever, a MAGA, and that's it. I mean, it's stupid, but I mean, for all the things to get fired over, I think that one is actually like, yeah, I don't know. It's like they're just always trying to do Faustian deals. Everybody wants it, and then they do it the wrong way. They just keep doing it. I mean, it has this real feel of not nilk, as Quantum of Conscious would say. Like they're just always trying to ruin it. Like make you beg for something, and then when they give it in a non-satisfactory way, so that you could just never get at ease. And that's what it's doing. Right. Ah. Right. But yeah. No, the whole Weimar situation is definitely not over yet. I don't know what's stopping, especially the United States, from just implementing media checking organizations. They used to have like organizations that would like check the news and all that. You could, I don't know, maybe now they're fact checkers, but if even the fact checker organizations are all like politically tainted. They didn't used to be like that. Just try to get it back and just get these organizations in line, because if you don't, then they're all just for clout and clicks, gonna just push extreme shit to get the attention. And I mean, logically, it's kind of logical that they're doing that, because media is different now. I mean, in the 90s, yeah, there was like tons of television, but there was no internet, and with the internet, the amount of things to watch has been like multiplied by 10,000s. And so, to then stand out and really catch people's attention on average requires you to go more extreme. It's an unfortunate side effect of basically becoming a drop in the ocean. If you want to stand out, you have to get really extreme. And that's like a problem. It's an attention catching problem that all media is dealing with. But it needs to be kept in check, in my opinion. In a balanced way. Right. But yeah, that happened. Jimmy Kimmel got fired. I doubt there's gonna be many people that are outraged over it though. Except people that are looking for an excuse to get outraged. There's always those. But I don't know, maybe he had a huge fan base. I don't know. Right, anyway, yeah, today I am feeling a lot better. I had good dinner yesterday, finally, and good sleep. Watched a fun movie, fun action movie, based on paraplegics. Tip for a movie. What is it called again? I didn't write it down. Shit. I was with The Rock and Christopher Walken. It's like Welcome to the Jungle, something else. It was like an action movie and like, yeah, very entertaining, very typical. I'll just start clicking and find the name. Where is it? Oh yeah, The Rundown Welcome to the Jungle from 2003. Action movie with The Rock. I'm not sure if I've seen that before. I might have one time, but I forgot. It's not super spectacular, but it has a lot of stunt work, and it is just entertaining action type movie in the jungle. It has some funny moments too. The liberals called for a boycott of Disney. Wow, congratulations. I mean, there's nobody more freaking liberal than Disney. Although, I don't know, maybe they're turning around. But I mean, they've always been like the most liberal. Like, Disney's the one that literally helped turn this freaking liberal politics into like this Marxist devil cult. Like, that's literally Disney. So liberals calling for a boycott of Disney, they're nuts. These people are nuts. They don't understand anything of what's going on. It's really, it seems stupid. Right. It's like, oh yes, boycott our champion. Why? Because he did something against one of us? Didn't do the demonic virtue signaling approval? Like, what? Crazy. But I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe this is just what's happening. Maybe the liberals, the left, they're just going insane. They've just opened that Pandora's box of just shamelessly calling for murder and all that shit and glorifying it, and like a lot of people are doing that, and that's all demonic. And in a way, once you open that box, if you're not really like doing it in a controlled, anticipated way for yourself as an individual, a lot of these people barely even have a sense of individuality. They're all just collective ghouls. Yeah, then you're fucked. That's like if I had like done the episode 82 going berserk without realizing what was happening. Like, yeah, you go insane then, and then it suddenly becomes normal if you don't have any kind of standards. Like, I've been working hard to like basically put that genie back into the bottle over the years, and it's taken some effort, and I'm succeeding. But yeah, I don't see these liberals out there actually being able to do that. So once you just start doing that, it's like it stays. They stay demonic, and so they're just gonna like roam like a horde and attack anything that shows any inkling or sign of resistance, even if it's on their own side. These people are going maniacal. And that's actually a sign that it's going to end. It's the final burning up. I think that a lot of these people, these supposed liberals that are doing it, I think a lot of them are probably going to end up in a mental institute at some point. I really do. Or in jail. Because they are out of control. They don't have any control over themselves. Otherwise you wouldn't do such a thing. You wouldn't be caught doing that. It's insane. Now they are like the rest of society? What? Disney? You gotta be joking. No, nobody is now like the rest of society. It's just that the whole liberal movement has gone out of control. It's starting to disintegrate. It's like Sauron died because the ring was destroyed, and the orcs are like subtly scattering, and they're gonna end up just attacking each other again. Because it was Sauron was the only thing that actually kept them in line in a unified way. Because they feared him. But it seems like it's the unified force is really dissipating. And they're just going out of control and they're gonna attack anything. At least this is the feeling I have about it. It might not have gone that far yet, but I think it will. I think that we're gonna see even more of this crazy type shit from people and the consequences. And then, like, the liberals are not gonna take a hint. Like, even if they see other people that do that getting fired, then they're gonna do it even more, and then they'll get fired, and it's just gonna be a mess for them. That's what I think. That's what I think is gonna happen. Right. Anyway. Ah. Alright, so let's put that in the title. Right, and with the liberal movement, it really is like about the people. Like, media has its own thing. Medias are very Marxist. But they are that because I think that they are desperate to stand out, to get the attention in the giant media landscape that it is now. And if they're too moderate, then they'll be overlooked. Or they fear they will be overlooked, that is. Liberals have boycotted Disney like the rest of... Yeah, but Duskalos, like, they could boycott everything. And what do you do? What happens then when you boycott literally everything? You end up completely isolating yourself and nobody cares. Right? Boycotting only works when you have an actual power block that's dominating. But they're not. It's disintegrating. So they are like still desperately trying to apply these mass group tactics when it's gradually falling apart. They're turning on their own. Like, this is like, these are signs of the last stages of tyranny. Or the Caligula phase, if you will. I really think so. Right. Charlie Kirk's funeral is this weekend. Yeah. And dude, there's gonna have to be freaking guards there too, because dude, there's gonna be liberals that are gonna attempt to attack that shit. They're already like disrupting and trying to destroy monuments and all that people have made in remembrance of Charlie. They're already acting completely sick. But I can tell you, like, I'm very certain there's going to be like serious attempts to disrupt that funeral. So I really hope they got their guards organized, because liberals will not be able to help themselves. They will try to disrupt it. They're all just treating Charlie Kirk like he is literally Hitler. They're basically pulling like a Trump derangement syndrome on him. Maybe even more extreme than with Trump, in a way. It's insane. Trump will be there? Yeah, I bet. And maybe it's in a way, maybe it needs to happen. No, I don't want to say that. But if liberals will like really disrupt the funeral and, I don't know, start throwing paint around and shit on the public, something like that, maybe Trump, it will be because I think Trump's pretty emotional over what's happened with Charlie Kirk. It's from what I heard. He's like really distraught that happened. Was awake from it. That rarely happens. It could be the drop that really makes him just really put down the hammer in a big way, where it's now okay. This entire fucking movement is now terrorist, and like we are literally like where they will frickin' arrest them for supposed free speech and like say, no, fuck it, like we have to take it out now. Like the 20th century Red Scare, except it's actually there. It's actually really there and serious and dangerous and way more extreme than it was in the 20th century when they did that whole thing, try to crack down on it. It's way worse now, and so maybe that is gonna happen. And is that a good thing? Probably not. Does that mean that it shouldn't happen? No, it should probably happen, because the thing is out of control. They're all freaking demonic, and it needs to be taken care of. Like, it literally needs to be taken care of. And the sooner the better. It's all been out of control for way too long. Yeah, that's close. I know. Right, so yeah, whatever's gonna happen, it could... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will just happen peacefully and everybody will have their moment and like, okay. But I think that liberals will try to disrupt it in some way if they could. And there will be severe consequences if they actually succeed doing that. And not just for those that attempt it, but like it's probably gonna be like a big move. Where it's like, okay, that's it, we're done with this shit. Now it's hardcore. Now we're really gonna like fuck you up. Metaphorically. So yeah. Right? And in a way it's like the liberals, they want it. They want that to happen, and I've been saying it for almost a decade. We do not have a choice but to give them what they basically demand. It's like, they want us to be Hitler, we have to be Hitler just to take care of them. Like, they're not giving us another choice. It's really coming down to that. So, Steven Crowder calls for lawful violence. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean lawful violence? I mean, only lawful violence is self-defense. So I don't know what you're talking about there, Duskalos. I don't really follow Steven Crowder anyway. I don't know what the hell he's doing. So against liberals. Yeah, of course, but I mean against anything. Always. And I guess it is a bit of a problem. Yesterday on InfoWars, it was an item. It was pretty interesting too. Like Harrison Smith made it an item. Like, why are you just sitting there letting the liberals deface the monuments and standing by? Like, you should be like pulling that person away and throwing them to the ground. And I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why they're all being so freaking passive. But maybe it's because they're still afraid that if they do anything, that they'll just immediately have their lives destroyed. Because we've been all conditioned with that happening for, what is it now, 20 years? 12 years, like since Obama, it's become really bad. And it's like, oh, if you're right wing, you are the bad man and you can't do anything, not even to defend yourself. If you're left, you can do anything you like. It doesn't matter how evil it is or criminal, and you'll get away with it. And that is really the cause why right wingers, you could even call it that, or people that are just not Marxist demonic, why they're all being super hesitant in their self-defense responses. Because they're afraid of legal retaliation. But I think the tide is turning in that. It's like you could probably risk doing that, and then at first you might get in trouble, and like there was like, oh, we're gonna send you to jail. But I mean, if that happens, then there's a good chance that Trump's administration is gonna step in and is like, no, you're not gonna do that. Right? In a way, even, but Trump should like really address that if that is a thing that they're doing. Like, yes, just do self-defense And then if some liberal judge or whatever in whatever county is gonna crack down on you and like be unreasonable, then we are gonna go after them. So you have to respond, and then we can like the regular right-wing people just needing to be self-defensive could be the cheese for the trap to actually lure the Marxist corrupted judges to basically show themselves and what they are, so that the Trump administration could then, bang, take them down. I mean, that would be a good strategy, and that would really release the restraints on the right wing and just make them more confident that they can actually just publicly defend themselves against these Marxist extremists. So I really recommend that Trump administration like gives off a sign to the public, like, defend yourself. And if you're gonna get cracked down on in some county somewhere by Marxist judges that are like hypocritical and basically criminal, then if that happens, we will have your back and prevent that. If they do that, like, that's gonna really change things. And then there will be like, it will probably get out of hand here and there. There will be people that will like go too far, and then they should still get in trouble for going too far. They like beat somebody to death even if they attack them. Like, that's just wrong, right? Don't go too far. That will happen just because, I mean, it's been restrained for so long that people don't know how to be balanced as they do self-defense anymore. That's the problem. That's a problem, right? But that will get under control eventually. First, the public needs to feel like they can just defend themselves against these insane people again. Yeah, self-defense against liberals. Indeed, Tuscalos. So glad we're on the same page. Add that to the title. It's a noteworthy thing. I actually hope that they might pick up on it. I always feel silly, like, if I put it in the title, then maybe the Trump administration will read it. What, some weirdo flat earth show in the Netherlands? But I don't know, man. It's all one giant soup of info that is all interconnected and getting read into by the AI. So, I mean, yeah. Maybe me writing it down here will have, like, a domino effect. Who knows? So I'm just doing it. Right? It might not, but it might. Holy shit. Is my title too big? Holy shit. Huh. That hasn't happened in ages. Okay, let's cut this down. Okay, let's hope this fits. Almost. Not yet. Okay, maybe it's gonna fit now. Democratic Party is a terrorist organization? Yeah. In your opinion? Yeah. I mean, I've said that for a long time. A lot of people have actually thought that. And it might come to that. And technically, if you look into like the technical meanings of like what terrorism is, then yes, they literally call for violence, for political intimidation and manipulation. Literally. That is terrorist. It's not even necessarily your opinion, it's just technically true. Right, so yeah, big title. Very political. Right? Flat Earth Early Bird 2404. Prediction: the Marxist liberal movement is losing cohesion and is going to disintegrate from infighting. And Trump should announce to the public they will be protected when they defend themselves against Marxist liberals. Right. Hope everybody appreciates the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. Yeah. It's kind of interesting too, like there's articles out there saying like, yeah, Charlie Kirk is actually like a civil rights leader and should be remembered like Malcolm X. And at first I thought like, oh come on. But as it's all sinking in, I'm like, you know what? They're right. I think they are right. It really is that kind of a thing. Right? And I mean, even if it's fake, it's real, right? Because you could argue, like, Malcolm X, that was fake, for reasons, right? And I've heard, like, people have conversations about that, and I didn't know anything about it. I don't know anything about Malcolm X. But it's like, yeah, suspicious connections, etc. And like, weird meddling influences. Like, yeah, I'm not surprised. It's like everything that gets a lot of attention and ends up in the history books has all been meddled with. Like, there is no frickin' exception to that. Like, none. 0% exceptions. So... yeah, Charlie Kirk meddled with weird background stuff, probably. Maybe it was an entire psyop. It's not relevant because that life he had is over. Consequences are there for him one way or the other, whether he's dead or not. The consequences are there for his family and for the world. And America's youth, which he was really like aiming. That was his crowd. So even if it's real, or even if it's fake, it's real. Man, I feel so much better than 2 days ago. Holy shit. Like, because there was just like this thing here where the nerves are just like not at ease, and it seems like it's now there's like 5% left. I'm gonna keep busy doing the shows, and these shows, early bird shows, and yeah, trying to integrate more, like getting the whole food bank thing going, which is a bit of a hassle here, but yeah. And then once I got that, I should be a little bit more financially stable, and then I can really move towards like, okay, now getting that job. Because I mean, when I'm completely unstable and I have like periods where I'm just hungry, that's not a proper condition to like start a new job. Like, because especially in the beginning doing a new job, whatever it is, it's like it takes more energy. So if I'm then already depleted, like that just risks that it's gonna break down, that I will break down, and I don't want that. I don't want to just start a job and then suddenly break down because I'm just not well fed enough. Right. So yeah, I'm still working on that. Just haven't really gotten to it, also because of like the internet going down and anxiety shit, and that's all in the way. But yeah, the trajectory is still running, and I do insist to have a job, hopefully before the end of the year. I really hope so. And then from that point on, we'll see what happens, and there will be less early bird shows. But maybe it's for the better. I mean, there's days where there's just nobody interacting at all. Like yesterday, just barely anybody showed up. Today's a bit better though. But I guess it's also because I'm just bringing up politics. And a lot of people have that on their mind right now. The whole Charlie Kirk assassination has really put people back into that realm of information again, so back into those weeds. I don't know why Rumble is not giving it a time thing. It's so weird. It normally always does that. Why is it not giving a time running? Doesn't show. It's very strange. Like, I never understand why it does or doesn't do that. Why some days it's just not there, and other days it is. It's like, why is that? I don't get it. Alright, 22 watching. Hope everybody appreciates the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. Being bartered for flat earth? What? I don't understand, Dusculus. Martyred. Oh. Huh. Mark Sargent says he wouldn't mind being martyred for flat earth. But I mean, that would be crazy though. Why? Like, why would anybody want or feel the need to do that? That would be just crazy. I don't see that happening. I mean, ballers are nuts, but I've not seen like them being actually like physically aggressive or anything. So weird. Yeah, we know. Yeah, being martyred is a powerful thing, but it's only a powerful thing if people really care about it. I mean, Mark Sargent got shot at an event for some reason. It'll get a news item, probably. But does that mean that everybody's suddenly gonna look into flat earth and it's gonna be like, oh, brought up all the time? No, it's not gonna really change anything. It will just be another note like, oh, the country's become so extremist. It won't be an item that's really going to be about flat earth then. It's just going to be, oh, here's another. Right? So yeah, I wouldn't get my hopes up with that. But I don't know, who knows? I think it actually is more dangerous if that happened, because of flat earthers will just get maybe more aggressive, more irritated. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, so yeah, let's not even go there. It's really great that I can just drink the coffee without like feeling like a backlash from it. Because when I have like anxiety situation, whatever, like there's like a backlash from coffee. That's why I've been first off drinking it at half strength, and I'm probably gonna keep doing that. It's better. But it's just great to feel like I'm out of it again. I'm moving out of that, because it sucks. It sucks feeling all that. Why are you the only one? You're not the only one, Dascalos. It's just that a lot of people, like, we're just sort of caught up in a conversation. Other people are not. They don't really care about it, I think. Not everybody that, or a lot of people that follow me actually don't care about politics at all. So, which I'm kind of surprised about, because I mean, I do actually bring up all political things regularly. And I have my opinions and my predictions and everything. Okay, gaining wisdom. I see you typing something in the Discord chat, but I mean, you haven't actually said anything yet in the last 15 minutes that I've seen you type around stuff there. Like, are you gonna write an entire paper? Maybe just say hello. Ah. Jesus. Yeah, hello. Okay, that's a crazy stats there. I guess a lot of people are like looking around and they just want to hear more about Charlie Kirk. It is the hot item, and not everybody knew about him too much. So it's like a lot of people are like, oh my god, who was this guy? So they just want to see. Algorithm? Maybe? Could be? Well, there's certainly no crackdown algorithmically on the Charlie Kirk assassination. Like, there's no crackdown on it. It's everywhere and it's being allowed to be everywhere. So yeah, it does seem like it is getting promoted. Which makes it kind of suspect and makes it seem like the whole thing is like a projected social engine to exact social engineering changes. But yeah, even if it's fake, it's real. Like, the consequences are going to be very real. So yeah, that's my position on that. And I'm not treating it like it was fake. Like, I know there's a lot of people that insist that, but I'm like, I don't really want to take a position on it, but I'm gonna go with as if it is real. Because the consequences are very real, and yeah. In fact, like, the Charlie Kirk tours and everything and the discussion, like, that is now ended. Like, he's not doing that anymore. So even if it was some kind of fakery, it stopped. So it's like he's not there anymore, effectively. Oh god, it seems like Visa is gonna integrate digital ID into all their credit card systems and everything. This is not good. So it's, again, through corporations and banks, it's these WEF agenda points are getting, what do you call that, gradually seeped in. What's the right word for it? Gradually integrated. This is not good. Just reading that. Looks like they're really, like, the Western world is really just trying to force this digital ID thing in. Despite massive objections, and it seems like they're just insisting. Like, and I mean, if we avail it, there's probably like mega corporations that are just gonna go completely bust because they are on board and they basically risk everything doing it. Because I mean, people could just boycott that. Like, oh, we have to use this? Well, I'm gonna go with another company then that's not doing that. Like, screw you. And then like massive losses on a very short term, and it's like, okay, we either undo this and hope to regain some of the financial power, or it's like they're completely out of business worldwide within a year. So yeah, I don't know. I really hope it can be just completely prevented. Is that the channel you were talking about? The weird fake hand thing? Yeah, it's all weird. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness. But again, even if it's fake, it's real. Like, even if it's just like, oh, it was just a prop, he's not actually, like, I just found the real Charlie Kirk. He's like been caught on some island or whatever. And then like even if that happens, it's still gonna be fucking real. Like it will still be like, fuck you. This is real and it's gonna be acted upon, and it doesn't matter if you discover that it is all fake. Like we're still gonna do all of it. And the majority is still gonna go with it. Yeah? It's basically, that could be like, hey, conspiracy theorists, fuck you. Yeah? It doesn't matter you caught us out doing fakery. It works, and we're gonna keep doing it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Doesn't matter how much you prove it's fake. It's still going to be real, and there is nothing you can do about it. So, yeah. But yeah, I've seen some weird videos about claims, but it is all just very weird. And to me, it's not conclusive at all, really. It's just weird. Alright, anyway, I hope everybody's liking the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. Somebody do it. Or it's just a lot of downvotes, like every goddamn show. There's a whole group of people, or a bunch of sock trolls, and they insist, like, no, everybody hates you, everybody. Dude, fuck you, dude. It doesn't matter. Like, you might have noticed, like, I don't give a fuck. You could just drop it. I mean, you'll probably do more damage not downvoting every stream I do. You'll probably do me more damage when you do that than by doing this every day. Right? It's just super suspect to people. They'll just be like, it's weird that this guy has so many haters. People say that to me all the time. Like, they don't understand why there's so many deranged people that go after me like that. They don't get it. Peaceful remedy. Okay. Hey, I can see the time. Huh. It suddenly reappeared. Out of nowhere. How strange. Hour and 12 minutes, roughly. Right. Thanks for the Rogan's ups, whoever's doing that. Hey, where'd you go? I was just gonna ask Gaining Wisdom if he might get on the panel, have a talk. Let's see what I feel like he's hanging around. Oh. Oh, he might actually just be watching my show. Oh, that was quick. Dude.
What's up, Arwin?
You instantly appeared in Were you
Hey,
already
man.
watching my show?
I just got your message and decided to join.
Oh, right. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for
kind of-
joining up.
With Geo right now.
Huh?
I'm beefing with Geo.
Oh. At Earth Awakenings. About what?
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's a conversation that I think needs to be had, and I know that he will not allow for it
Okay.
because he's just such a gatekeeper. Like, he just doesn't allow certain things to be said on his platform.
Okay.
But I think there's an important conversation that needs to be had about, you know, certain people in the community.
Okay. What kind? What exactly is it about?
Let me turn on. I can't hear you that well, sorry.
What?
What'd you say? What did you say?
What about?
Well, you know, TFE divided flat Earth, right? Like, you got the people that think that you can have a 24-hour sun on a flat Earth, and then there's the people that have realized that it's geometrically impossible without invoking lots of bending light and like apparent positions for celestial objects, and they're different for every observer. It's based on the position of the observer, and
Yeah.
pretty much like a very magical concept.
Well, they're completely stuck because they're holding on to physicality assumption bias about the celestial lights being in literal positions within the Euclidean space, and then they need a giant hall or mirror somehow to make that happen, and it's just ridiculous.
So yeah, so what's the story, man? Like, why would anybody promote this idea as if like, well, you know, I'm so comfortable in my belief that you could have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica on a flat Earth, and they're just like brazen and confident with such like a poor misconception of how geometry works. And they promote that idea as if, hey, this is the moniker of flat Earth. This is where we take our stance. We believe that the 24-hour sun can happen in Antarctica on a flat Earth.
Yeah.
Those people need to become irrelevant. These are like,
Well, if
the
they're still
problem.
holding onto a disk map, then yeah, they are irrelevant. But I mean,
they're holding on to the idea that TFE was real.
oh, well, yeah, but that's a divide that we will never figure out unless somebody goes there and disproves that to be real. So,
They spend years mocking NASA, mocking the ISS, mocking astronauts. And then here comes the TFE, which is faker than all of that stuff. It's literally on a lower budget with less extraordinary evidence than the moon landing.
I don't know
But
about that.
this is the piece of evidence that we all needed, right?
Well, it's the piece of evidence we all needed to figure out that celestial lights don't have actual positions, and that everybody just needs to get the fuck over that. and that they're barely capable of doing that. It's like flat earthers can't let go of their physicality assumption bias. It's an issue. It's not just an issue for non-flat earthers. Flat earthers have this issue, and they held on to the disk map and the reification of actual positions of the celestial lights, and they're screwed because of that. They just are. They're screwed. It just doesn't work. Their model angle of approach does not work. Because the celestial lights do not have actual position, but perspective does not apply, right? Because perspective would be, oh, it's moving away, well then the angular speed would decrease exponentially, and it does not for celestial lights. And that's just a fundamental fact. I've been trying to tell flat earthers that for 8 years, and they're just la 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 la. No, we're not gonna listen. Just gonna overlook that. Overlook Arwin pointing it out. Right? So, yeah, I mean, to me, the final experiment is not fake. It's weird, it's suspect, but it's not default fake. It just isn't. Like, I predicted that it would happen. So there's that. It's just, holding on to it is really stupid. It's people and their physicality assumption bias. They insist that celestial lights are on the ceiling and they have a literal position, yet there is no evidence whatsoever that you can approach any of it. In contrast, there's evidence that when you go up, the celestial lights diminish, which already totally contradicts the idea that they are lights in actual positions. Because that's not how light works. So there's a direct sign, there's a holographic trait to it, and nobody has done anything with it except me. I've been talking about it for years, and I'm still apparently the only one that talks about that. I think that Jeremy is kind of on board, though. There's some people that are getting it.
The flat earthers that say the final experiment really happened, and that there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, and Antarctica is really as it's depicted on the globe.
Right.
Then how are you a flat earther? You cannot be a flat earther.
I agree. I agree to that. That's just stupid. Because they are displacing their physicality assumption bias and then conjuring a giant hall of mirrors to still make it work. And that's ridiculous.
Those people should not be considered flat earthers. They need to be called something else. They don't believe in a flat earth. They believe in like a mystical hall of mirrors.
Yeah, well, it's a dual pole flat earth. But it's ridiculous. And I mean, it's going to dissipate.
The dual pole, dude, that's even worse. Now you have Pac-Man's sun. Now the sun does a Pac-Man. It jumps from west to east overnight in the Pacific.
Okay. Yeah, well, look, for me, like, I'm not holding on to any physicality assumption bias actual positions of the sun. I know it's a freaking hologram. Yeah, it doesn't have an actual position, and it does jump from one side of the horizon to the other. It just does that. I've already seen that in videos, like airplane videos, flying, moving away, the sun goes under, and then it goes up immediately, totally on the other side, and like within a time span of 10 minutes. Yeah? That makes no damn sense. To me, that was like very evident. Like, it's a hologram. Get the fuck over it. It's a hologram. It's not a light in a physical spot. It just is not. Get over it. So, right? And yeah, tons of people can't deal with that. They can't let go.
Maybe.
I'm certain they can't. It's not a maybe. They are not able to let go. They're holding on, and it's like, no, it has to be. It has to be like this. Like, no, it does not.
Well,
you're just wrong.
I think that there's fake alternative cosmologists on this book, and they're intentionally misleading people into a model that they claim comports with evidence. And those people, they gotta get out. They're not allowed to represent my position.
Wait, say again? Your sound is a bit messy. Hello?
My bad. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I couldn't make out what you were saying.
My Wi-Fi is not connected.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, I know you said you wanted to talk about the thing.
No, not necessarily. I can talk about this. It's fine. It's just
Yeah, this
I'm not
topic
gonna
is,
talk about this
right.
on my own. Like I'll talk about flat Earth related subjects when there's somebody to talk about. Because, dude, I've been having this show for 10 years. Like, I'm not gonna talk about it unless there's somebody that wants to talk about it. So,
Yeah, well, we need to start steel manning the most cohesive model, right? And these guys are stepping in, acting like they are the mantle. They act like they are the mantle above the fireplace, that they've placed all their flat earth evidences.
yeah, that's what Pharisees do. That's what they always do.
Yeah, so these people are not, we can't let them represent flat earth because they're getting everything.
They're gonna do it
Okay.
anyway, and the mainstream will absolutely use them. Because they're wrong and it's ridiculous, and that's exactly what they need. They need flat earthers that have a completely incredulous, ridiculous position so they could show the world, see, flat earthers are stupid and insane. So they are gonna have it. And you have to stop. You have to stop being worried about that. This is meant to happen, and there is nothing we can do about it. In fact, if we try to stop it, we all risk more. Right? They need flat earthers to be stupid. They're getting it. They're getting their stupid flat earthers. That means that we can carry on longer. Because the real research groups in flat earth are always going to be underground. They will never be shown. They're only there to be found by those that really seek us. And to those that do not seek us, they will only get to see the ridiculous flat earthers that get all the attention just to show the world how fucking stupid they are. Because that's what they need. That's what they need from us. People that say they're flat earthers and are making really stupid in plain sight statements and think they're right. That's what they want. That's what they need. That's what they're going to show everybody. And either people will accept that or be like, I don't trust this, I'm gonna look into it myself, and that's when they find us and they realize how complicated it all is. And that's how it works. That's the only way it's gonna work. Because we can't stop these insane people. They are getting promoted. They will get algorithmic promotions. They will get more viewers. They will get connected. Because they're wrong. I'm sorry. Sorry to tell you. This is just how it works. Been saying it for years. Right? If you're a flat earther and you're really wrong, or you look ridiculous, or you sound like a retard, you will get priority in media. Because they want everybody to see that.
Interesting. Yeah, I believe that's true. Certain people get treated like unicorns. And it's typically the people that get a lot of things incorrect. People that hold a lot of beliefs based off of nothing.
Yeah.
They always get the floor.
Exactly. Because there's a market need for that. Yeah. The world, globe, religion is in desperate need. There's a market shortage of flat earthers to publicly shame.
That's probably why I get muted, because I'm constantly speaking facts towards the issue.
I don't know.
Because the way I look at it, dude, like, I'm gonna get real specific, okay? Because we're in a very, very, very small community. 3,000 people is not a lot of people. I'm in a community that people think is underground, but the videos that they put on YouTube will get 1 million views in 24 hours. And that's considered underground. You know what I mean? So there's like, I don't know, dude, like, people are looking at this issue like it's much bigger, like, because they spend so much time and they're constantly in the space, it seems like such a bigger event. But this is really small time stuff going on. And what Geo talks about is like, dude, this is like, we're so far from reality in Geo's server. Like, they're like, they allude to this like makeshift hypothetical model that they're yet to truly construct in any mathematical or geometric way. But they allude to this idea that there's like a magic hall of reflections and refraction in the sky.
But it's just a part of one model. I mean, Geo is not really pinned down on a specific position. He always just wants everybody to roll out their ideas and then just have it out there in the open for everybody to compare it. That's it. I've never caught him on actually taking a specific position. Right? Because he's addressed my model, rectangular looping system, and like addressed like, yeah, this solves this issue here and there and there and there. But then he's not like on that side. It's just he'll entertain all the ideas and just have a neutral overview of it. That's what he does.
That's bullcrap.
No, it's his choice. That's how he wants to do it.
What is he, God? So he's pretending he's God.
No, he isn't.
Like, what is?
He just wants it to be an archive of all the ideas as they develop.
This is what ends up happening. Like, from a neutral stance, where you're just like, you never truly allude to the idea that this is your position. When you're doing that, it's like, why don't you want me to know your position? Because he thinks he already knows. No,
he doesn't. I think he's very aware that he doesn't know, and that's why he's not picking.
I don't believe that for a second. So this idea.
But have you actually asked him? I mean, how much have you talked to him? I've talked to him a lot. No, but it isn't manipulation. I don't understand why you're being so accusatory towards him. He's been very gracious and very neutral.
You keep cutting me off. I'm trying to make a point, but I keep getting cut off.
Okay, sorry.
No, I mean, like, what I'm trying to explain is it's going to take a second, right? But yeah, this is the path to creating this dynamic between two people. Like, when you want somebody to be like a leader in the sense that there is an alternative cosmology, who is going to be the leader? Geo has been speculating on how to do this, and he thinks he's affirmed his position. He looks like, well, I'm neutral. I just love anybody who considers alternative cosmology in general. Like, I'm welcoming to all globers. I push the shit here. I know it's not a globe. Like, once you take that position, that validates the questioning, and it just opens the door to the realm of possibilities, like Hall of Mirrors in the sky. And like, when you attain this position, like in a community, you're creating the idea that like you're the cult leader. You hold the philosophy that really leads to the possibility of alternative cosmology, but his means of doing it is just acting like he already knows, and that he's just willing to entertain everything anyway for the sake of the fact that people like entertaining alternative cosmology. Because he's just doing it to just make a place for it. Like, look, I'm going to make your safe space where you can express all your wild ideas. And he affirms, this is what Miggy and Geo, Miggy from 24/7 and Geo, they're like the same person. They both do the same thing. It's just,
okay.
It's like they're giving you the key. They're just allowing you the space. Right? It's the house of free speech about alternative cosmology.
Well, what's wrong about that?
It's not grassroots, dude. These people are not. They're not legit. This is a weird psyop going on. Because they try to steer They steer alternative cosmology into models that don't work on purpose. They pretend like...
I disagree.
You know?
I really disagree, because, I mean, he brings on alternative cosmologies, but he will point out where there are holes or inconsistencies. But it doesn't mean he's just gonna be like, it's wrong, so off the table, we don't talk about it. He's just being like, no, everybody gets to say their thing, and if there's flaws with it, then that shall be notified as well. But it doesn't mean that it's immediately off the table. It's just, I really don't see it the way that you're seeing it. I'm very surprised, really, to hear this, because this is not the feeling I had with Geo at all.
Yeah, everybody thinks Geo's their friend. Geo's a master manipulator.
But I don't see the manipulation.
People that try to welcome you and make you feel like this is your space to express yourself, like we'll help you get your bars off, kind of thing. And then they pretend they're your friend, but then they randomly will gaslight you. They randomly will just like flip the switch and act like they're not your friend.
How?
It happens all the time, dude. I watch it happen to people.
Give me an example. How do they gaslight us? Because they haven't gaslit me. The only reason that I got any criticism is because I got too passionate or aggressive, and that's it.
Alright, so you don't think Geo gaslights people. From the perspective, if you really had a neutral position, you'd realize what happens to the Globers in there. But yes, Geo gaslights Globers all day long. People say things that are incorrect. Geo lets it slide. He doesn't correct people, but he knows the issue. He just doesn't speak on it. Geo lets stupid shit get said all day long.
Yeah, but
knows it's incorrect and doesn't correct people.
Yeah, but he's not even there actually. It's just he's like in the room, but he's not actually at the mic, or even it's just sitting.
Yeah,
he's not acting. It's only when he's talking, he's really there. And it's
because people have observed the pattern with him. He might go AFK. You don't know when he's just going to randomly peace out. So he's like a ghost. He could just pop in and take authority. Dude, this is like he's practiced this behavior so people get used to the effect.
Okay.
Him popping in and out. Now you think that he's never even truly there. It's the ghost effect, dude. It's literally a protocol that they do. When
I don't know.
They don't want people to know what's really going on.
I don't know. It feels more like a panopticon.
Really there. Yeah.
It feels more like he's just doing a panopticon. Like he could be there, but you don't know until he speaks up. So you're gonna assume he's there.
Yeah, and people assume that position, and there's like a weird like pseudo hierarchy going on. Like that is one of the positions you gotta assume to be a leader in this shit. Like, dude, the government has been studying how to dictate conversations in Discord. Like, this is part of their large-scale social engineering. The NSA and the CIA are listening to Discord.
Okay.
The FBI is involved, dude. All of this data, all these conversations, you don't think the government wants to know what people are saying? If there's any key triggers, any kind of threats, any kind of crimes, any kind of like stalking. They want to know the habits, the behaviors, they want to know the data. So when it comes to certain people, You wanted to say something, dude? I'm sorry. Maybe I'm trying too hard.
No. But I mean, you're taking it a bit far, though. I mean, dude. I mean, the government can be. They don't need agents. Okay, they don't need people to do anything. They just listen in and gather data, and they just let an algorithm, let a bot do that. Individuals like organizing this, I don't see it. I just don't see it. I'm serious.
It's obvious what has happened to me.
I'm really surprised to hear you say that.
They've intentionally struck down. They made a slander campaign against Concave, right? They got their dummy plant accounts that completely make Concave look insane. Like the couple of Concavers that are in Earth Awakenings, they're just like the craziest people in the sun.
Yeah, well, that's not Earth Awakenings. That's literally what I have experienced for a decade. They're all freaking crazy. as far as I'm concerned.
What if those aren't even really concavers? What if
maybe they aren't, but I mean, they do come out for concave, and then they don't have actual arguments, and they're just kind of trolls. And that's before I cared. Like, I have never met a concaver that had a real serious argument. I just haven't. So, I think a lot of concavers are just kind of nutty for some reason. I don't know why.
I know why. Because they're not really genuine people. We're dealing with like the dummy accounts that are to make it look like there's attendance in this community. And then when somebody real comes around, they can control like their perspective on things.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. But I mean, do you know any concaver that has an actual good reasoning? Because I've never met one, not one. And I mean, it's not just people that pop in on Discord. It's just in general with YouTube channels. It's all nonsense from what I've seen, all of it. None of them have actual technical arguments. They just don't. As soon as you say, "Hey, where's the upward curve?" It's all gone. It all becomes nonsense. So, I don't know, is your position concave? Are you into that? I don't know. I didn't think so, but...
I think that they strawman concave with the antipodal version of it, where it's truly an inside-out globe. That's not the viable concave model. I have a different concave model that doesn't involve doing that at all. And all the issues pertaining to sunsets and stuff, you can actually have physical convexity inside of a bubble. It's called when a bubble rises, there's like concavity at the bottom of it. It's because when something rises at a constant speed, there's the upward force of the water pushes the bottom of the bubble up, and it creates this indentation. Like, we could easily be inside of the bubble. But that's not even what I'm trying to say about concave.
Okay, that's interesting at least. That's something else. It's different. Right? But I mean,
because they're strawmanning the viable concave model, dude. My point is, like, you got these psycho-sounding concavers that believe that it's an inside-out globe, and they make concave sound crazy, and it deflects from the idea that, hey, if we're inside of a bubble, what if we're at the bottom of the bubble, and, you know, that radius value to the curvature of the indentation, if we're on the inside and we're standing on the baseball mound-shaped indentation due to that concavity that forms when a bubble is rising.
Oh,
if that's the case,
so it's like
if that's the case,
a giant.
You don't need the
concave.
radius to be 3959. And
right.
Every time you observe too far, it's not curving as much as the globe model.
Okay, that's interesting. So your position is kind of like the big globe, except concave inside out, and we're like at the bottom.
It's not my position. It's just a position I know that you can make if you're only considering, you know, distances and angles to celestial objects. Like, those two things have to end up working, right?
Yeah, well, there's a problem with all the models, and that is like, yeah, they don't have actual positions, so I mean, that's where all models go to die, with the reification of the actual positions of celestial lights. All models that assume that all are dead in the water. Pun intended.
I think that they're intentionally trying to kill flat Earth.
Yeah, well,
they're misleading people into these stupid alternative cosmologies. Like, that's what Geo is doing. He just blindly believes TFE is what it is, and 24-hour sun on flat Earth can happen in some way. We haven't come up with it yet, but if we just think hard enough, maybe one person one day. Like, fucking what, dude? Thousands of years. We're literally thousands of years deep, and no one's been able to conceptualize a model. That's insanity.
Dude, hello, rectangular looping, 24-hour sun in Antarctica, approved.
Rectangular looping?
I'm sorry, did you not know that?
I don't know what that means.
That's my position forever. Like, for years. For a decade. My model. Rectangular. Looping. Yeah, east to west, cardinal directions. North-south, cardinal directions. Up-down, cardinal directions. Yeah, holographic, celestial sphere with no actual position, with angular relations in relation to the square-like grid of the realm. Rectangular looping. They also call it the Pac-Man model, but I hate that phrase.
Can I draw this?
It's literally the... Yeah, of course you can draw this, but it's the icon of my shows. That's what I do forever. I mean, I'll post it in the Flat Earth Early Bird Show chat, so it'll be on screen. But I mean, it's out there forever. I thought you knew that. Kind of surprised here.
I've never heard of rectangular looping.
Okay, well, I'm surprised about that.
My bad.
Right, it's basically the map as you get to see it. With latitude, longitude, grid, actual squares, literal. So that rectangular map of the world that we get to see is literally that. It's not wrapped around a sphere, it's not wrapped around the disk central point of the North Pole, it's literally rectangular. And it loops east to west. It's a continuum. And we don't know what is north and south exactly. We're not sure. I suspect there's more room to the north and more room to the south. And I've taken that speculation very far to the point where it's gone to plateau Earth. Or looping staircase flat Earth, which becomes complicated. If you're not yet familiar with the rectangular looping, then that's going to be confusing to you. But yeah, this is...
I'm trying to picture it.
East to west looping.
Looping. Teleporting? You mean teleporting?
No, looping. It's a continuum. The space available is interconnected to itself. There's a volume and it loops. It's directly connected. You walk in a straight line, you end up where you started.
Like a cylinder. Are you saying like a cylinder?
Yeah, but it isn't a cylinder because it's flat.
Right.
It's a continuum. It's a volume that loops in on itself. And that is literally like the condition of the physical realm.
Like a Klein bottle.
What?
Like a Klein bottle.
When
you exit a Klein bottle, you're entering the inside of it at the same time.
That's interesting. I'd never heard of that, but yes.
Yeah, okay. So every time you step towards the other direction, you're actually also heading away from it.
Well, there's nowhere to go to. It's just interconnected east to west. You walk off the right of this map and you end up on the left. It's comparable to the Pac-Man game. That's why they use that as an example. Because the volume is looping. You could also compare it to the train man station scene in The Matrix.
Hey, now
he tries to run off.
I understand that. That is a Klein bottle, actually.
Okay.
That's almost like the concept of a Mobius strip is like less dimensions for what you're describing, but
a Mobius strip is geometric. The idea of a Mobius strip is geometric, and it's still outer space physics and gravity based, and using the centripetal force, etc. It's not that, because it's not a circle. It's a straight line, a geometric straight line. You move on the straight line, and you end up where you started without any turns or deviations. Because the volume is that volume is basically the only thing that exists physically. There is no space outside of it. You're in a loop, the volume itself loops, and there is no volume outside of it. Physical reality basically does not exist outside of it.
Well, that's interesting. I like what you're saying because it brings into it brings us to the Klein bottle. Like if there is a nature to time, like if time isn't moving linearly, like they say, and it really is like the Ouroboros, like eating its own tail kind of idea. Like where you're going is where you end up.
Yep.
Therefore, technically, you never really go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I could picture that. I could picture, like, you know, this, you call it looping. I would call it like Pac-Man. It's literally just Pac-Man.
Yeah, and then most people
and as
do.
you approach, yeah.
But I just don't like it because
it's
it's I don't like the phrase because it's just a silly video game and it just makes it sound silly. But apparently it does help a lot of people and visualize it better. But like as soon as you say Pac-Man, people immediately start to think about, oh, so it's a computer simulation, and then I'm like, no, it is not. It's more like the realm, the physical reality exists inside of a looping wormhole space. And it is the only physical existence that exists. So it's the only volume available in which physical matter and energy and all that exists as it does, and there literally is no volume outside of it. And the way it is organized is that it loops east to west, because that's what the designer decided to make it looping, because he could. So that's kind of how I look at it. And yeah, and now you probably understand why I'm not super popular and have millions of followers, because 99.999% of them are gonna be like, I don't understand this! Does it make any sense? It's like, yeah.
You can have a computer program render the area. That's not hard to do.
I know.
You can do that on. Yeah, that's easy.
Well, I'm not really good with that sort of thing, but yes, you can absolutely simulate the looping realm, and the people have already done that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would have to be able to do that.
Yeah,
they probably do that with Well, that's a stretch.
We could just use any 3D program. It's not hard to figure out how to do that.
So then, what do we do about, you know, I don't know.
What?
Like, yeah, maybe this is really a me thing. Like, I don't know. I'm asking you if you would be willing to be a part of some idea with me. Because
okay,
I have a problem with a lot of flat earthers. Like the people that are in Ethercause and they claim that, you know, it really went to Antarctica and you could have a 24-hour sun on a flat earth and it would have to be a dual pole now. Like,
oh god, yeah.
We're all dual pole. Like all these guys
Yeah.
that are doing this weird cult movement thing. Like, can we just stop referring to them as flat earthers? Because I don't even think these people are legitimate. Like, I don't think they came from the grassroots like a curious, just estranged person stumbling upon Discord communities like bullshit. I think these people are like, you know, the government wants to own the space. They want to have that floor space. They want that shelf space. They want to look like they run the flat earth platforms and they're the organic movement.
I don't know,
So they
man.
stepped
I don't
in
think it
first.
works like that. What I think is that it's just given algorithmic priority, right? It's a setup. If you're a flat earther and you're getting really ridiculous, you'll simply get priority. It's that simple. They don't have to be people that are literally working for the government. It's just people, they go there, they get your green light, they get priority, and so they stick to it. It's like, oh, it's our thing. We're getting popularity, we're getting money, and so we're definitely going to continue doing this. Not even realizing they're basically being highlighted as clowns, as a controlled opposition. Like, they probably don't even know that that's happening. Yeah, I don't think there's
They're
agents.
incentivized to find newcomers, natural alternative cosmologists, because they're planted so they can plant the seed into the minds of newcomers of the idea that we already did all the work. We already went flat Earth. We considered concave. We did all the work. We found out this is the best alternative cosmology. They hold that moniker, and the person that's leading that charge is Geo. Geo pretends that he's been around so long. I've weeded out all the possibilities. I've weeded out Globe. I've weeded out, A.E. Gleason's, and I've landed on dual pole.
Okay.
And that configuration of people, in my opinion, is not legit. Those are the people that are faking the funk as if it's all grassroots. That's the plants.
Okay.
The plants are making people fall for the fucking dual pole right now.
I don't know. I don't know if that's. I think it's a natural development, and it's just because the original disc model, which is what most flat earthers, 99%, were on board that, because it just broke apart. I think it's a natural development that they were going to go to a dual pole system, and it's ridiculous. I really do think it's ridiculous, but there's nothing you could do. I don't think it is like an intentional or government directed thing at all. I really think you're just looking into it too much. I really do.
I already know for a fact that it is.
Well, you certainly seem to think that, but I mean, I have not heard any sufficient evidence.
The people that run 24/7's Discord, they're admittedly like in the CIA.
Oh, really? Whoa.
Yeah,
I'm not part of that.
A couple of those dudes admit that they're doing like that kind of stuff.
Whoa, that's messed up.
Well, yeah, dude, the CIA is on Discord. You don't think the government, if there was a grassroots flat Earth Discord, you don't think the government would want to listen to what these people think?
Okay, well, I know that government is getting more involved in Discord. I mean, is that the Asian country, Nepal? They basically like transitioned into a new government that's on Discord. So yeah, I'm not surprised, but I don't know. I think you're looking too much into it. I think you're being technically paranoid about it. I really think that it's more like what I said. It's algorithmic systems and people just like choosing to champion it. It's like, okay, you want to get green light, you gotta take these positions. This is just how it works. Nobody actually tells them. You just have to figure it out. And that's what people do.
Are there such thing as fake flat earthers? Do you believe that there's people that are pretending to be flat earthers?
No. No, I don't think so.
Alright. Well, I know for a fact there are.
What's your evidence?
Their position does not align with flat earth. They can't steal. They claim flat earth. They intentionally misrepresent flat earth by being racist and ignorant, and they'll gaslight you and they'll tag team you and they'll make it all about personal stupid shit.
Right. Well,
and at the same time, they've never solidified a position. They just claim Earth is flat, but they can't argue for perspective.
okay, but that doesn't mean that they're paid.
Distances don't work.
That doesn't mean they're paid. That just means they're assholes. Yeah, you got those too. You just got people that are just pieces of shit.
I don't believe people stoop that low on accident.
Oh, you better fucking believe it, dude. People will stoop beyond your imagination so low. Yeah? Beyond anything you could ever imagine. They will do that. Absolutely they will. Yeah? If you claim that a flat earther is paid top down to pretend to be a flat earther, you better damn well get some real tangible evidence for this, because everything you said is just circumstantial. It's all circumstantial.
Geo was paying Jeremy and Whitsitt. Whitsitt
what are you talking about?
Got given all of Bob Nodell's material, and he was like pretty much given a spot on Globebusters, And then that was given to Alan. Alan gets money from all kinds of fucking people.
Yeah, but that's
People that
FE
Alan
Core.
starts Shane and Alan and Troubling Tribune.
Yeah, but you're talking about
and
FE Core. That's
Kobe.
literally a group of people that manage all that stuff. So they have to decide who's gonna inherit this. And they went
all
with
the
it.
people that had the airwaves, all the people like Jaron, FE Core, Karen B, Bob Nodell.
That's all FE Core.
Flatlanders people, Globebusters, Dave Weiss, On the Level.
Yeah, that's all FE Core.
All that big representation, that's not real. All those people are fucking fake, dude. That's all psyop.
Okay, well, I can't agree to that. I've met those people,
You don't believe
and I don't
you
think
don't
that
believe
they
in
are.
fake
I think that they are their own little group that's not very open to the outside. You could say, in a way, they're kind of like their own little cult. But I do not see any top-down strings from government whatsoever. I have not been able to figure
you know about USAID when they released the large-scale social engineering, large-scale social
USAID,
deception.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so the deception is that this is how you build interaction. Like you're trying to build interaction, engagement, and you want to populate a server, a space, a forum. So I know this for a fact, dude. Video game development, like when you go to develop a video game, back in the early days on PS2, like in order to get people to buy the network adapter that would allow you to play PS2 online, there was people that were their job, they were incentivized to go create a community. We want people to be incentivized to buy the network adapter. We need there to be the appearance of an audience and people already online, already playing the game. Come join this large live action community, participate in competitions and ranking systems, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So are they depending on the people that are actually going out and buying the network adapters to do that in the first place? No, they have their plans. They have people that are going to be put to make it seem like there's already a large audience.
Yeah, trendsetters. That has a name.
Trendsetters, tastemakers, exactly. So this is what happens.
But that's basic advertisement. I mean, they're mega corporations.
Yeah.
This is what they're gonna do.
Yeah, so when it came to Flat Earth, they knew the speculation was growing because NASA was lying so heavy for years. People already knew the moon landing was a hoax. People started disbelieving in the ISS. They disbelieved in the moon landing, the Mars rovers, right? People were doubting the Mars landings. People are doubting the ISS, right? So they think, okay, let's hijack any grassroots organization that, opposes us. So they planted their dudes, their Rob Skivas and their Dave Weisses, their Mark Sargents. They got all their weirdos that are out there saying these things for us before we even can come to these conclusions on our own. So they can steer the conversation out. And they steered it into A.E. Gleason's map, which is a globe, and it's literally a learning process. Like they're literally taking you into a conversation that you have no idea how to navigate at, because Google deranks all the information about this stuff. But then you literally have to fight to find. So they're running around promoting A.E. Gleason's. Why? It's a flattened globe. Why would they act like they know the lay of the land already? The whole point of the globe is that you haven't explored all the land. So why are you acting like you know where everything is? And it matches a globe. Why would you do that? Why would you hijack, claim a flat Earth, and in the same breath you're saying, well, it's a flattened globe? Why would you do that? Because you're the government trying to trick people away from the true alternative cosmology, the cosmogony that would make sense.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't have it. And
yeah, we do. We do have the true cosmogony.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's centrism.
What?
We're the center, and everything is projected flat Earth out. And kind of like you said, there's a looping. I think that there's parts of the world that we've been guided away from, Planes don't
No,
fly.
absolutely. Okay,
Planes
I'm
don't
with you
fly
on
to
that,
the
but I
center
mean,
of the Pacific
dude,
and then go north.
that doesn't mean
You know
that
what?
we know. Like, there's an idea. I have had the idea of the looping system. I think it is feasible, but it's a theory. I know how to be capable of proving it, but I haven't actually done that. And nobody has. Nobody's traveled the equator exactly and figured out, are we moving in a circle, are we moving in an arc, or are we moving in a straight line? It hasn't been done. It can be done. It can be proven or disproved through action that is attainable. Like, you can do it. It hasn't been done. So to state we already know, no, we do not. We do not know. That's like one of the biggest points of all time for flat earthers, is to figure out that we do not know. We do not know. And nobody does. And the globe is a religion that basically encourages the idea that no, it has all been figured out. We do know it all. A false belief of all-knowingness.
So this is what I want to say, dude. Like, you know, they claim that, like, oh, you mentioned flat, right? But it's still a globe. It actually distorts all these distances in the north and the south. It doesn't work. That's what they claim. But this is the most commonly used map. Like, why use a flat map?
Because it's a mascot. Because it's a mascot, and it's because of the dichotomy between flat and globe that has been playing. That's like, that doesn't require super high intelligence, and people have done that. It's like the basic, slightly less technically intelligent discussion between the dichotomies of the flat earth disk and the globe. That's what it's used for, to just try to point out to people how it could not be the globe, how it could be different. That's the process. It's been a very tiresome mental transition process using these dichotomies, even though it's a false dichotomy because it's not a disk and it's not a globe. But it was used to make people understand how it could be different from what the globe says. That was the entire process of the Flat Earth Awakening, was emphasizing that process every time. That's always like a discussion between the disk Earth and the globe, and that's why why Will Duffy was only cared about the freaking disk. He didn't even know anything about any other ideas on Flat Earth. He only knew about the disk. That's the only information he had.
Dude, they project the globe flat every single day. They're using all kinds of projections of the Earth laid flat, and they say, oh, well, you know, only like right here. I can only use it like right here. But the truth is, dude, wherever you center that azimuthal equidistant projection, you can treat any part of the Earth as flat. Like, that's the truth of the matter. Like, they claim, okay, I'm just going to distort the distances a little bit in the north and lay the whole thing flat. But then if I want to, like, treat the north as the center, I'm good. The distortion comes in when you pretend you know the distances between the northern and southern hemispheres.
Right. But the issue is that the way it is actually created, which is it's a celestial sphere-based projection. Like, the latitude, longitude is all based on angular consistencies over distance with the celestial sphere. And then they wrapped it around a actual physical globe, reifying those celestial sphere into like actual positions in relation to the flat Earth, which then became a globe, and then unwrapped it again. And that's how that map projection was made. So it's basically a flat Earth turned into a disk projection, then turned into a globe, and with distortions, like actual relational distortions of the land, and then made flat again. And that's the AE map. And that's what we got to do. But it's all because all map projections are based on the celestial sphere.
The Mercator projection works if you have the Klein bottle effect happening in every direction. Like, let's say west takes you east and north takes you south, right? If you have the two Klein bottle effects happening, then you're good. You could just Klein bottle effect happening in the north and the south, Mercator projection. Boom. Flat Earth solved.
Yeah, if you're gonna go with Antarctica as an island. I don't think it's an island. I think it's a strip of land. Is what I think. It's like a wall. Not encircling us, it's just a straight wall. Like a barrier, an obstacle covered in ice, and there's another side to it.
You know what a climb bottle is?
Yeah, you explained it earlier. The looping system. But I don't think it's looping.
Okay,
I only think it loops east to west. If it's looping north and south, I mean, theoretically it could be, but there's just a lot of indicators that there's actually other things beyond the north and beyond the south. Right? That's why I like to say the beaches of South Antarctica.
Yeah, maybe it's only east to west. Yeah, maybe.
Well, east to west is just the most at hand to be likely, and it can be proved or disproved by moving the equator line exactly, and then seeing how are you moving. Are you taking a turn or are you going straight? And that's how we find out.
Yeah, but I'm just about done talking to these. I don't know, dude. Like these people that think that TFE is real, it like blows my mind. They think it's real. They think 24-hour sun.
Well, I'm in a quantum superposition, and I'm gonna tell you, it could be real, it could be fake. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, right? If you really want to disprove it, then go there and disprove it. I mean, that's it. That's all, right? And it doesn't matter to me what position you take, whether you insist it was fake or whether you insist it is real. Like, I'm in a quantum superposition with that matter, and I'm not coming off it. It's like, I don't care. It could be either way. I just don't care. It's like, go and disprove it then. But I am not invested in taking a polarized position in relation to that event. I just am not. It's all the same to me. Right? And yeah, I think that the whole dual polar flat Earth two-disc systems, I think it's ridiculous. I think it doesn't make any sense, and it's all based on the reification of the celestial lights having actual positions, which you then makes you require some bizarre hollow mirror system for it to work like that. And that part is insane. That's crazy. And also, I don't think that Antarctica is an island. I just don't think so.
So why are these guys with so much confidence saying something insane?
Because that's what they all do. That's what they all do. The Flat Earth has been doing that, just like blabbing their mouth, just saying, we know it's this, when they obviously didn't know. They're just like, oh, this is our position, this is our turf, we know this. They're trying to first it when they don't have actual certainty. Because although these guys have issues with certainty, they can't handle not knowing for sure. They can't handle it. They can't handle it socially in relation to other people, to have a position where they have to admit, I don't know for sure. They cannot handle it. It hurts them. It makes them completely insecure about themselves. Makes them go out of control. So that's why they do it. It's a social issue. It's not a technical issue. Like, they can't handle admitting that they don't really know. And it's a universal problem, and it's a problem that has been taught to us through society and through globe teachings, because globe teachings always has that default position, we know everything, we know how it all works, you don't have to worry yourself, we all figured it out. And we all grew up with that in the back of our minds. And then to discover through Flat Earth, like, oh, we don't actually know these things, and nobody probably does. Yeah, that's really, really tough to deal with. Personally, emotionally. To deal with realizing that you don't really know. And if you then want to be super honest about it, you have to continually admit that you don't really know, and a lot of people are going to respond with laughter. And it's humiliating, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because we don't really know. We just don't. We have speculation, we have theory, solid theory, good theories, feasible theories. But we don't really know with certainty until we do very elaborate empirical testing, and then we can have certainty with data. But we do not have that available. We just have a lot of speculation and a lot of people that are just too afraid to admit the reality, the truth, which is we don't really know. And that's a problem. And that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with that these people irritate you because you can see how they are wrong. They can't admit it. They can't admit that they don't really know. And that troubles you. And it troubles me too. But it's not because they want a wrong thing to be promoted. It's just because they can't admit that they don't know. I hope that makes sense.
Well, they sat by and they let stupid things get said for years, and they don't correct people. And
that's right.
They allow the space for such ignorant rhetorics to carry on and be the narrative. Like you enter the space and then you just run into the dumbest fucking things being said.
That's right. That is absolutely, totally correct, and it is what it is. That's literally what it is, and what you could classify it as is.
So then
hold on. Let me finish. It's cosmological politics. Do you understand? It's politics. It's a political position within the cosmological ideas. That's what that is. Because they have to fill it in to get the complete picture, to be able to radiate the confidence that they are in the know, to get the people on board that respond to that or that are in desperate need of that.
So we need better representation. We gotta stop letting these guys be the spotlight.
Yeah, well, you can't stop them because the algorithm will always choose them and not us. Yeah, we are in the opponent's lair, setting up shop in the opponent's lair. Yeah, the opponent will always choose as a control opposition the ones that are the worst to win. And there's nothing, and I mean nothing, that we could ever do about it. Ever. This is what it is. This is the predicament that we live in and that we will die in. You have to just deal with it. You have to find your own way, do it right for yourself, and realize that by walking the right path, you will be completely isolated. You will get the least numbers, you will get the most trolls, you will be scoffed at the most, even though you're correct. This is just like what Jesus said. The closer you get to the truth, the more everybody will turn their back on you. And that's the way it is, and there is no way to avoid it. No way. It's just the way it is. Right? I'm sorry. Sorry to bring you that may be a bit disappointing, but...
No, that's just your opinion. I mean, I don't think they represent Flat Earth at all. I think they try to make it seem like there's nothing you can do about it. They're the biggest, they're the meanest, they've taken over, give up. I don't look at it
I'm not
that way
saying
at all,
give, no, but that's not what I'm saying.
Make my own content. I can start a platform and make my own content and get more followers than Geo probably in under a fucking month if I cared enough.
Good, do
because
it.
He doesn't even have that many people following him on YouTube. I could end up having 100 people watching my live. Dude, I already had 25 people watching me play a fucking video game.
Yeah, but that's
25
easy.
people watching his YouTube, 3,000 people in his Discord, dude. There's much bigger fucking things being done in less shorter amount of time.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, playing video game is gotta... Hold on,
there's like more
dude.
interesting people in the community, like not this lying ass sack of shit that pretends like there's nowhere else to go. This is the dead end. You found the only place that you can demonstrate your free speech while you truly don't have free speech, actually. You don't have free speech.
Okay, fine. If that's how you want to see it, dude, there's nothing I can do with this stance.
They're not going to let me say what I'm saying in there. They don't want to talk about fake flat earthers. They don't want to talk about psyops. Dave Weiss being a show, Jeranism being a show, Witsit being a show. They don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, but why would they? What good does it do?
The reason they don't want to talk about that is because they're part of that group. So that's the people. That's their shit. That's Flat Earth Festivals. That's Globe Busters. That's Dave Weiss. Mark Sargent.
Okay,
all those
well,
guys, they're
yeah,
tied.
good luck then. Yeah, you step outside of that, you declare them to be the enemy, controlled opposition, you make your own thing, and let's see how it works, because I don't see any point in having that stance. You're just polarizing yourself again. Like, what's the frickin' point? If your ideas are better, then just make them. Make your ideas better. Do it better then.
You're gonna let these guys control your opinion about the shit?
No, I don't. I do not. That's the whole point, dude.
Years, but I'm gonna let them tell me what I believe.
No,
ridiculous.
I've never let them tell me what I believe. I've always opposed their positions, and I've explained. I've had them on. I've had David Weiss on. I've had Mark Sargent on, and I've told them my position. And I don't declare hostility. It's completely pointless. It does not yield a constructive result to do that. You're just polarizing yourself. Why?
No, I'm taking a stance against fake flat Earth. All right, these guys ran around. They promoted a model that doesn't work. Now they're pretending like, oh, we could all just shift to dual pole. No big whoop, right? No, you've been wrong the whole time. You guys are the liars. You're the deceivers. You're the grifters.
No, they're just wrong.
Yeah, we're declaring our separation from that fucking ether cause group.
Yeah, well, I've done that.
Alan, yeah, he just heralded the whole platform. Alan runs Globebusters now, dude.
Okay.
And he's doing presentations in ether cause talking about celestial theodolites. And why would anybody agree with that? That's actually super incorrect as well. More lies, more deception, more misunderstandings of geometry for Flat Earth. For everybody to think that that's our position.
Yeah, well, it's dying out, dude.
With the celestial
It's
theodolite.
dying out. People are losing their interest in it. It's losing cohesion. Flat Earth, the bigger movement, is dying down. And it will have a resurgence because, I mean, there's plenty of people like me, Nathan Oakley, and you that are holding strong on what we are doing and on the research. And I mean, it's just, look, they're just wrong. It doesn't mean that they're opponents. It doesn't mean that they're lying. I mean, this stance, that attitude from you, I'm very worried about it. Yeah, I'm worried about that on a personal, psychological level because it's superfluous. You don't need to have that stance. I've been around people that think that all the time, dude. I was in FED. They freaking hate Globebusters. They say they're liars, and they could prove it. And I'm like, it's just completely pointless to polarize yourself like that. You don't need to do it. It is useless to do that. Not to say they're wrong. No, dude, I'm not done yet. Yeah, it's not because you can't say, hey, look, they're wrong. But to say they're liars, they're doing it on purpose, or they're playing politics, it's completely pointless to do it. The only thing you can really do is have a better alternative and then do that. And let them all do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. If they're wrong, they're wrong. And if you're right, then you're right. And that's it. That's the only right thing to do. If you're gonna polarize yourself against some other group, then that is going to be the only thing that you will be about. And I've seen it a lot of people. They just become, we hate that group. Complain about it every day. And you get very popular doing that. You get a lot of followers. You know who those followers are? People that hate Flat Earth. They hate all of it. And they want people in Flat Earth to become polarized against other groups so they can get on board and make them hate Flat Earth because that's what they want. That's what those followers want then. Don't polarize.
Okay, so,
don't polarize.
Okay, I heard you. You said the same thing like 5 times, by the way.
But I'm getting the feeling you're not hearing it.
So you know I understand. That's your opinion. Okay, my opinion is it's necessary to make the distinction because we're all sharing a title. The term Flat Earth applies to people that disagree about really fundamental ideas that pertain to what that term means.
Yeah.
So when I'm associated with those people, it's like, no, I need to make a distinction. That's necessary.
Yeah. Well, that's necessary anyway. Yeah.
No, you're saying nobody should have to make a distinction?
No,
Just let
that's
these
not
guys
what I
represent
said.
Your argument.
No, that's absolutely the opposite of what I said. You didn't listen. Even though I said it 5 times by your own admission, you didn't listen. What I said is you must not polarize. Just need to point out, they're wrong. This is how they're wrong. This is what I think. This is why I think it. I think it's right. That's it. That's all. Yeah, and you're never gonna have like a full cohesion with Flat Earth. If you're saying you're a Flat Earther, people are gonna point at more mainstreamer Flat Earthers that are wrong about things, and then are gonna ask you questions about that. That's always gonna happen. It will never not happen. Ever. You will never be able to change that situation. People are always gonna be like that. Yeah? If you want to avoid that, then don't bring up Flat Earth. Because people outside will always point at the big ones first that get everything wrong. It's always gonna happen. There's nothing you will ever be able to do about it. You're just gonna have to live with it. Right? And if you don't want to call yourself a Flat Earther, well, welcome to the club. There's tons of people that refuse to call themselves Flat Earthers specifically because of that. But then you just become like this niche earther and nobody gives a shit. Brings its own problems. It's just let it go. I say I'm a Flat Earther. Yeah? What does that mean? Well, why don't you just ask me and I'll explain it.
Okay, so
that's it.
I hear your opinion and you're saying just let it go.
Yeah, it's better.
No, you don't make those kind of decisions for other people. I think you know that. And like when I express my opinion for you to try to like, completely
advice,
discourage
dude.
me from stating that this is my opinion, why? Why are you doing that?
I'm trying to help
This
you.
is my opinion on the matter. I think that we need to make a distinction from these people that are intentionally misrepresenting the entire community. And we're just gonna let them do it because what?
Because you can't stop him.
Because you're afraid of polarization and distinction from the group.
Not distinction,
Because you
polarization.
Because you want to be friends with them.
No, I don't want to be friends with them. I just don't want to be about hostilities, about making enemies, about infighting. Because that brings a giant crowd that's going to make it impossible
these
for
people
you
are
to
perverted.
ever stop. And then that is exclusively what you're going to be about. I've seen it happen to tons and tons of Flat Earthers.
Yeah, we're supposed to speak out against the perversion.
Yeah, but I don't want to listen to these people because all they ever do is whine about other Flat Earthers. And it sucks. And you don't learn anything from these people. Yeah? That's why. It's not because you can't point out about how other people are wrong, but it's because if that's what it's going to be all about, you're just going to be about infighting. And it sucks. It doesn't get you anywhere. It just gets you a lot of anger and people that are continually want to be on the hunt. And they don't really care about what's real anymore.
The only quote unquote, the only fight, if you're using fight as a metaphor, because there's nothing physical going on, the only fight is my contention with what they allude to about cosmogony.
Yeah. Just
And
point
they
out
got
how
it
they're
all
wrong.
So that's the fight. That's the point of the space.
Well, just point out how they're
The point
wrong.
of the space is to discuss the shape, and these people are discussing dual pole.
Yeah.
They're discussing things that sound like garbage, and I'm creating a point of contention. I'm not supposed to feel like I can do that in their space.
Yeah, well,
Why? Because it's their space?
no. You can just say it's wrong. And that's it. And they'll move. Dude, they're going to move on. You think
That's
this is
not
going
an
to last
argument.
forever?
Why don't I make an argument while they're...
No, but you can make an argument. You could do it on your own. Right?
The argument has moved forward. I've proven that their presumptions about how they can make the distribution of the land look is absolutely false. And now I'm asking, why are they being so misleading and what could be potentially them lying about their position?
Well, maybe
the
because they
conversation has
can't
moved forward.
handle it. Maybe because you pointing it out is not sufficient enough for them to be able to reconfigure their position, which is what I have bumped into a lot in the last 10 years when they were still holding on to the disk map. Every damn time. Yeah, just because you figure out a flaw in the system doesn't mean that they can suddenly change. They can't. Because it's too difficult. For them at least. Yeah, it's very difficult to really change your position, to be an open, dynamic researcher with these things. It doesn't make you popular. You lose a lot of people because a lot of people out there, they want to get into flat earth and they want something consistent. Why? Not because they want to know. Hold on.
The secret of becoming popular, and they're not popular. Like you must not want to be popular, or maybe you actually don't know the way. But like, I'm not trying to be popular. I'm trying to be factual.
Yeah. Well, just point out how they're wrong.
Gio's trying to be popular.
Maybe.
Gio wants to be accepted by everybody. He wants to be loved. He wants to pretend that he's loving, like he's got this hippie vibe. I'm gonna give you mushrooms when I invite you to the flat Earth meetup. Like, this is his whole fucking persona, and it's actually disgusting. He's like using the art of persuasion to make it seem like there's a family vibe, and then there really isn't any. There's no family vibe. It's all cold, and you got fucking like just disgusting liars just lingering to just gaslight you.
Okay,
that's not fair.
I find that very strange, that because I do not sense that at all. I do feel very welcome there, and I've been very dynamic with my positions and have laid it all out, and it's been respected, and they've actually worked with me. They actually helped me develop theories further.
How many people do you think can say that?
What do you mean?
How many people do you think that they give that type of privilege to?
I don't know. There's not that many people that do that. There's not many people that are like really self-sufficient, cosmological theorists like me.
That is so ironic, because you also just said that they give attention to the people that will... Why would they give you the platform? If their whole philosophy is give the platform to someone saying crazy shit, are you saying they think you're crazy?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think you're crazy, but I do think that they fucking give the platform to people that are going to keep the conversation interesting.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Yeah. And when it comes to the most legitimate of the snoopers, like you got legit snoopers, people that want the truth. And when they come into the community, they get the spotlight. When I first entered Flat Earth, dude, I was treated like a fucking king. I have no idea why. A server blew up out of nowhere, had the same amount of attendance as Earth Awakenings out of nowhere, and they made me a host. I pretty much had admin power.
Wow. Okay, well, they must have like intuitively just trusted you. I mean, that happens.
Yeah, they trusted me to have like admin powers and be a moderator because I was interesting. I was just like always energetic, always speaking on something, always being excited about the topic. Right. So that energy is good for content. Like, you need the energetic, excited people having the floor. Right. You're energetic, you're exciting, so they give you the floor. Your theory was that they do it to people that say crazy things. I disagree.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Earth Awakenings. I'm talking about like the entire internet. Talking about the really big channels. Like Earth Awakening is nothing. It's a tiny little channel. It's very niche.
That's how you know that it's fake.
No, that's actually the opposite.
24/7 gets no traction.
Yeah, but because it's dying out. It's literally run its course.
People know what they're engaging with. They're not interested in the disingenuous like approach to the topic.
Yeah, and I agree. Because it's dying out and it's just people in there that are just being assholes.
Who really gives a fuck what Gio's talking about? Like when Gio goes on his little monologues, it's time to tune. That's coffee break time.
Okay.
When Gio wants to take the mic, that's boring as fuck. Time to go do something else.
Okay. Well, I do not feel that animosity towards him. I'm sorry. I mean,
that's not animosity.
It does feel like it because I do not sense that what you're saying at all. So, but I mean, yeah, I know now you have that position. I was really kind of surprised to hear that. I thought that you'd think it's a great channel. I've got a lot out of Earth Awakenings. I really like the crew. I really like Jeremy. He's like awesome. He's a really great guy. And I don't know, I've enjoyed a lot of conversations there. And like, even if there was some kind of debate and people were talking over me, I'd get support to make that stop. It's one of the few places where they've actually done that. So I don't know. Maybe they just don't like you or something. It happens. Some people, it just rub them the wrong way, and
not everybody gets that treatment. That's all that is.
I know. Not everybody gets that treated. I have been treated very well, and I'm very happy about it. So I just don't feel this animosity. I just don't.
Well, you're gonna let that create your image of the people when they don't treat everybody that way.
I have not really witnessed somebody being treated super dishonestly.
Like, you're claiming he raped that person, but
what?
He never raped me, so he must not be a rapist.
No, but I have not witnessed anything like that.
Oh. From the perspective of, dude, Globers get mistreated in there on the daily.
Really?
Globers get lined up and knocked down and gang stalked and dogpiled and treated unfairly every single day. A lot of people don't notice because they just want the Flat Earth to win because they feel like Flat Earth is being attacked. And anybody attacking Flat Earth just needs to be extinguished immediately. But a lot of these Globers don't deserve to get treated the way that they do in there.
Okay, well, yeah, I've seen a little bit of that. And I would object, like, oh, come on, is that really necessary? So, yeah, it's not perfect. I'm not saying they're, like, ideal or whatever. It's just...
That's called gang stalking.
Yeah, well, I know all about gang stalking, so...
Yeah, certain people get special privileges and certain people get gang stalked. That's the two protocols that they have to follow.
Okay. If you say so. But I don't know if that's, like, actually Earth Awakenings or just trolls that hang around Earth Awakenings.
Earth Awakenings is dead. There's not even anybody trying to do work in there. Jeremy killed the conversation. Jeremy's boring. Geo's boring. They believe
okay, well, I
24
disagree with
right
that.
down a flat Earth.
I just
irrelevant garbage.
I disagree. I'm sorry. We're not gonna...
They've made themselves irrelevant. Like,
okay, oh, yeah, we get it. We get it. You really fucking hate them. I get it.
Well, they're misrepresenting the argument. People act like they're smart and they're holy and they have everybody's good.
Okay, Elect, stop it. Stop it or I'm muting you. I'm done with this, dude. I get it. It's been like 2 hours non-stop about how much you fucking hate them. I've had enough. Enough. You made your points. Got it. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Yeah? I got it.
So everybody's going to be in denial that this is...
No, I'm not in denial. I'm just enough already. Yeah? I'm fed up. I'm fed up with the negativity. Enough. You made your positions. You made your complaints. Done. Talk about something else. Or nothing. I appreciate you being here, but I don't want you to just complain about Earth Awakenings for a frickin' hour and a half. I really don't. But I will take note of it. It's not like I'm going to like, oh, I'm never listening to you again. I take note of what you said, okay? I will pay attention to it. I will take a more careful look. But enough, okay? I got the point. And everybody's got the point here that's been watching. Alright?
I don't even care who's watching. I'm just talking to you, man.
Yeah, well, I've had enough. It's not about my audio. I personally have had enough. I'm filled up with it. I don't want to hear any more complaints about it. I'd rather talk about the looping flat Earth model or your alternative concave model. That sounds a lot more interesting to talk about that. Because I'm kind of surprised that you have like a concave position. I didn't know that, and I'm kind of interested to hear about it. So this is like a Mobius strip situation?
No, it's just you're on a much less curving surface. With like the radius of the surface that you're on is way bigger to the point where it's like closer to flat than a globe.
Right, so it's bowl Earth more.
Baseball mound. Baseball mound inside of a bubble. All of Earth is on the baseball mound. The outer edges are sitting right here. I'll post this map for you.
Okay.
I just gotta scroll back and find it. Okay, here it is.
Oh, that thing. Huh. Oh, that's
But,
an
you know, the
oldie.
Southern Hemisphere, they're not telling us what's in the Southern Hemisphere entirely.
Okay, that's a very strange position to take that literal, but interesting. I've seen that map. Huh. But
Yeah,
then
this
how do you prove
explains
it,
drop
though?
over distance.
Yeah, but there is no real drop over distance, though. And it's not...
It's observed.
No, not really. Now there's bottom-up obstruction, but
over
that's a
distance is
natural
observed.
effect. And bottom-up obstruction is very natural, and it happens on a measured, flat object, plane, at any distance, short or long. There's no drop over distance. And besides, if this map would be literal, well, it's both concave and convex in different locations, and there's no logical consistency to that. This is not... You don't see the distance looking right at it when you're at the equator, and you don't then see curvature where you can't see the distance in the northern and the southern tips. So this is a
Using
map
optical
projection, it's not
instruments?
literal.
Using optical instruments, surveyors observe, you know, apparent drop from horizontal. Like if something is equal elevation, like you establish sea level, you establish your height above sea level, put your two stations at the same elevation, you look over a mile, both of them are going to have to look down at something that is apparently at equal elevation.
Yeah.
So this is an effect that could be due to physical Earth curve.
Yeah, but no, it isn't, because no.
Atmosphere.
No, that's what
Or
I'm
it could be
addressing.
due to the atmosphere.
No, it's happening because that happens as an optical effect. Even when you do it on a measured, flat surface.
You said an optical effect, so not refraction?
Refraction is an optical effect.
Okay, so the atmosphere is...
Well, no, but it's not necessarily atmospheric. Yeah, right? I'm not saying it is refraction. Refraction is an optical effect, but I'm saying that that effect is not necessarily due to refraction. It's more optics inherent. I would say diffraction. You're looking over a flat surface at a vast distance. Things are going to disappear bottom up. It's going to have an apparent height change when it's not actual. Right? And you could do this on a flat surface and you will see things disappear bottom up or completely disappear out of sight when you look past that measured flat surface. This is just what happens. Yeah, it's not due to a thing blocking it in the distance. It's just a visual effect that always happens. I mean, Sky Free Channel, just look into it. They demonstrate this all the time. All their videos are about this. Everything they ever posted demonstrates this. It's just inherent to sight. It just happens.
Inherent to sight. So, okay, so the angle that the light is entering the lens, is it the lens that's causing the drop over distance, or is it the angle of the light before it enters the lens? Like refraction in the atmosphere.
No, I think it has to do with the lens, actually. That's a good point. But I'm not technically sure about that. I just know it always happens, even on proven, measured flat surfaces.
You're gonna make me bring up these guys again. Shane St. Pierre and Alan and Whitsitt, they run around talking about hyperbolic path of light.
What?
Like as it crosses the boundary layers of the lenses of the eye, of every optic, that it's going to create that angle of incidence that's going to make a parent drop over distance. If
That's
that's
interesting.
true,
That's interesting.
that's what they say, right?
I've never heard that
sounds-
before, but that actually kind of makes sense. Right? Because
Yeah, until you do a handstand. Until you do a handstand and you flip that lens upside down.
no, it'll do the same thing.
Why?
Because that's what happens. It's
The-
part
the
of
act-
a lens.
The axis of the lens.
No, it's not about an axis, it's just about it being a lens. It's about the nature of sight, the nature of an eyeball, the nature of a camera. It's about
A curved
catching
glass
light over
surface.
distance. It just happens. The point is, it
Curved
doesn't
glass
matter how
surface.
it happens. We just know through empiricism that it happens over measured flat surfaces. So it doesn't matter why it happens on flat surfaces. Not because of curve, not because of obstruction physical. That's just a fact. An empirical, repeatable fact. What else is there to discuss
A
about it?
curved glass surface can either magnify or displace the position of something, right?
I'm sure curved things
so
could
when you
do
set
that.
up when you set up multiple lens, this is how you get magnification. But every time you add a lens, the apparent position of your target is going to change. So there's an optical axis between the lenses. They don't want to displace the apparent position of the target. They just want to magnify it. So they need a certain type of symmetry from lens to lens to have magnification without distortion. So when it comes to the eye, like that, if you're saying that the eye is causing drop over distance,
I'm
then
not.
there
No,
must be
I
a
don't
dis-
know what
there must
causes
be an
it.
asymmetry in the. Okay.
I'm
You're
not.
It's not that you're saying that, but Shane and Whitsitt and Allen have said.
Okay. It sounds interesting.
there's
The
a
first time
can
I'm
I
hearing
just-
it.
I'm sorry. I just want to finish. If the cause for drop over distance is due to a displacement, like an asymmetry, in every single lens, no matter how you construct lenses, and no matter what, there's going to be drop over distance observed, and it's because of how light passes through a curved, transparent surface. That's going to be a refractive prism. Then I could flip that lens upside down and get rise over distance. I could literally observe concave Earth if I flip my telescope upside down.
Okay, if you say so. I have trouble following it. Like, I'm not even going with that argument. I just know that there's bottom-up obstruction even at a short distance over measurable flat planes, like a table. Like, it happens. It's an optical effect, and it's completely irrespective of any curve or flat or whatever. It's just optics inherent. It always happens, and it doesn't matter whether the camera's upside down or not. It's gonna happen. Just know, because it even happens when you literally look upwards past a building, a very tall flat building that's measured flat. You can put the camera next to it upwards, and then the bottom up obstruction effect happens. It doesn't matter how you orient your camera, it's gonna happen. It's optics inherent. I don't know exactly light pathway, lens, how it happens. I just know it always happens, always. And that's it. And it's not due to any obstruction. So that's just an unassailable fact. It's just true. It always happens. And the first time I'm hearing about, what causes that effect? That's interesting. To me, it's not relevant as an argument, because it's just empirical that it always happens irrespective of whatever the surface you're looking past is.
That's one of the shaky legs on their table that their fucking celestial theodolite is on, because their observation of the angle to the mountain is 2 degrees and 19 minutes. Flat Earth trig prediction is 2 degrees 33 minutes. They still claim that the density of the atmosphere is going to lift the target to a higher position, so it's already being lifted from its geometric position when it appears lower than its flat Earth prediction. So like when I ask these guys about it and I say, what is the reason that there's drop over distance? They say curved visual space. And you just said it yourself, dude, that is actually impossible.
I don't know. I don't know about the
It's
exact
irrelevant.
angles. I just know that bottom-up obstruction visually happens even on a measured flat plane, even at a short distance. That's all. That's my point. It is absolutely true. It's repeatable. It's demonstrable. Everybody can figure that out. And that's my position. And that's
See,
that's
they're
it.
afraid of flat Earth getting steelman, dude. Once we start solidifying and steelmanning arguments about what causes drop over distance, that's what those guys try to avoid. They
Okay.
don't want people to steelman a working flat Earth model. They want it to be a mystery. It's up in the air. It could be dual pole. It could be this. Fucking garbage.
Okay. Well, too bad. I is my position that it happens, and it's irrespective of the surface you're looking past. It happens, even on a flat plane. So there you go. Anybody that's gonna say, but there's drop over distance, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, that literally appears to happen over a measured flat surface. And that's it. That's my position. Yeah, it's not evidence that there is curvature or anything else when you see that effect optically. So that's it. That's my argument with it. Right, I'm gonna round out the show because we're going for almost 3 hours. But
All right, dude.
getting kind of hungry. Right, so
All right,
yeah, I
dude.
appreciate
Enjoy
it.
your day.
Yeah, thanks for being on here, and so it got a bit heated. But I hope you're all right with it. And
I need it to be said because everybody's afraid of saying this stuff. I don't know why.
Okay. I guess you needed to say that. That's fine. Right. So yeah. Anyway, thanks
All
for
right,
being
peace
here.
out.
Yeah, thanks for being here on such a short notice again. And, I'll see you around. See you next time.
Yeah, bro. I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya. Right. So that was kind of intense. 10 watching. Wow. Guess nobody gave a shit. Just not watching, I guess. Whatever. Who cares anyway? All this flat earth talk, right? Actually talking about flat earth. Oh, but you were talking about politics. We want to hear about that. Why don't you talk about Charlie Kirk some more? Okay, people. Just go to the other 2 million streams that talk about that then. Right? Right, so I am rounding out the show. Thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked the show. It's like kind of 2-parter, talking about politics and then getting into real flat earth nitty gritty with the ELEC. I did not really like the tone of the conversation. I just don't like this polarized stance, and I think he's being paranoid. But I mean, it is what it is, and you can't when somebody's like that, you can't stop them. I don't want to go with that. I'm not taking that position at all. I don't have those feelings. But I will keep an eye out about what he said, because maybe I have been letting my guard down a bit with these guys, right? But yeah, I'm not taking his position, but yeah, you needed to say it, and well, Early Bird Show has been used to say it. Right, so hope everybody enjoyed the show. I did. So thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked the show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I really use it very much this next half a week. Please support your local Arwin. Right, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2405 on a Friday. I'm not sure what time I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna try to aim for 2 o'clock, but I got an appointment, so we'll see. You'll see me show up. Alright, everybody have a great day this Thursday, and until the next video, keep it flat.